But you can't clone me, Coby.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Sorry, it's for a skit. It's
I
for
don't
a
care.
video.
Are you recording
I'm
this?
just kidding around. I'm sorry.
I bet you I can. Challenge is accepted. Now, to clone you and get your DNA, I had to figure out exactly where you are. I analyzed the video and saw you put your DNA and lick a police officer's taser. I zoomed into the police officer's badge and it said Los Angeles Police Department. Step 2, I took my DNA swab kit from my laboratory and drove straight to Los Angeles. Once I got there, I went to the first police officers that I showed them the picture of the police officer and asked them if they seen him anywhere around here. They said there's over 10,000 police officers in the Los Angeles Police Department, so this is gonna be very hard for you. They couldn't give me information on that police officer, so I went to find the next one. I then asked this police officer if he's seen the one from your video. Unfortunately, he became very upset and aggravated and kindly asked us to stop filming. But I don't give up. We went to the next police officer. I showed them the picture in hopes that they would know who this officer was. To get a better look at this officer's face, he even zoomed in directly on his picture. He said, unfortunately, he does not know where he works, but good luck. I told him I don't need luck. I need the whereabouts of that police officer from the video. I didn't give up and went up to these 3 police officers, and finally I got my big break. He told me that was Officer Ramirez and he works at the West Hollywood division of the police department. I instantly went to the West Hollywood police station to find Officer Ramirez. I then spent the next 6 hours of my day waiting outside the police station for Officer Ramirez to come out. After almost completely giving up, I then see Officer Ramirez walking out the police station. Using my super stealth walk, I made sure not to alert him at all and walk right behind him. This part was gonna be extremely hard because I needed to get directly up to him to swab your DNA directly off his taser without him knowing. I then carefully took out my DNA Q-tip and swabbed your DNA directly off Officer Ramirez's taser. I made sure to get just enough DNA on my Q-tip so I could clone you. After I had the perfect amount of DNA on my Q-tip, I opened up my chemical grade DNA case and securely put your DNA Q-tip inside the chemical grade case. Now, for an extra level of security, I placed it in my submersible casing, and I went back to my DNA lab to clone you. Back at my DNA lab, I took your DNA out my secure protective DNA submersible casing. You can see the chemical grade case right there and your DNA perfectly inside. I then used sterile tweezers to extract the DNA from the tube and place it inside an agar plate. My assistant then handed me cytochrome 437 solution. What I do here is drown the DNA inside the cytochrome solution. What this will do is separate the DNA cells from inside the Q-tip. I then place it underneath my $17,000 microscope. What I'm looking for here is undamaged DNA cells. To double check, I have my assistant look underneath the microscope as well. After he gave me the thumbs up, I wanted to show you guys what it looks like underneath that microscope. I sped it up at 3000x so you can see everything moving horizontally. What you are looking at is amazing DNA cells that are ready and alive to be cloned. I then started to build my somatic cell nuclear machine. I placed your sterile DNA Q-tip inside the somatic cell transfer machine. I put it on speeds of up to 2,000. This machine is used in scientific language to amplify the DNA cell, exactly how they did Dolly the sheep. My assistant then handed me a bottle of Prozac liquid. I put it down my somatic cell nuclear machine. You can see as I pour more, it builds up in the top where your DNA Q-tip is. I poured just enough to cover half of the DNA Q-tip. Once it was fully engulfed inside the solution, I left it inside my DNA laboratory for 40 days straight. This is currently you. You're a tiny little membrane, and if everything goes correct, I will have you for myself.